Who's ready for the next comedian? Yeah! Chris Wilks, that's who it is. Woo.
I think you said comedian, that'd be a very ugly woman. And I was just thinking about the foreskin thing. I've always wondered what they do with those foreskins after the circumcision. I mean, do they make them like into, I guess they like dry out and turn into little beads or something? I mean, I've never had anything pierced, so I mean, whenever you get your ears pierced or whatever, what happens to that little plug of skin that pops out? Is it like a little worm? I've never had anything pierced. And I've never gotten a tattoo to show off what an individual I am, just like everybody else with tattoos. But anyway, it's good to be here. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but I have a little bit of a weight problem. I mean, it's, I was about 50 pounds heavier about 2 years ago, but I've always been a big guy, and I'm always going to be a big guy, no matter how much weight I lose. So I just try to deal with it and take it in stride. I don't try to squeeze my fat ass into those old blue jeans that don't fit anymore, and I absolutely refuse to be that fat kid who wears his t-shirt in the pool. I'm sorry. But to that point, last year I had an incident. I was down in Hot Springs for the film festival, staying at the Arlington Hotel, and after one of the night's festivities, we were having a hot tub night, and some drunk chick actually had the audacity to call me Jabba the Hutt. I mean, come on. I mean, I've had a lot of mean shit said to me over the years. I've got pretty thick skin. But that cut deep, that's a pretty cold-blooded shit. But I know how to stick up to myself, so I just looked her right in the eye. And I said, La Kotocha, Kapunyo Nasaki. And I pressed the button, released the trapdoor, and dropped that bitch into the starlight pit below. Normally I would have just put the bitch in a gold medal bikini, but she just didn't do it for me. Way too skinny, way too much time in a tanning bed. I'm sorry, when the illegitimate love child of Donald Trump and the Crypt Keeper ain't a good look. I mean, I'm a fat, hairy bastard, but, at least I got the tits to fill out a B cup. There you go. And incidentally, wouldn't that be awesome to have an underground kill room, like maybe in front of your front porch or something? You could press a button and just drop somebody down. That'd be great. But that in order to be a good criminal mastermind, you always have to murder a subordinate in front of the other ones. That's good for morale. But you got to be independently wealthy to have a project like that on your property. That's a big project, and there's no way that I'm going to do it without using union labor. I'm sorry, that's just me. So how's everybody doing with the COVID stuff? We can kind of talk about that. It's still crazy, but I'm getting bored, I'm getting bold, so I'm masking up, I'm slathering myself with a hand sanitizer, and I'm going out shopping for provisions and what have you, and dealing with it. And I really appreciate Vance and the people at Hibernia for giving us a safe place to work and have a good night, get our laugh on. Very comfortable. Yeah, keep it going. But man, is this a horrible time to be single. I mean, I was already having plenty of trouble on my own, and then all of a sudden we find out that cooties are real. And I know you guys are looking at me and it's like, this guy's obviously a very self-assured captain of industry type. I'll bet you he does damn sight well with the ladies. But don't believe the hype. I'm not nearly the smooth ladies man that everybody seems to think that I am. I tell everybody that my heroes are Norman Bates, Patrick Bateman, and Buffalo Bill, and then I wonder why I can't get a date. But I think ultimately what it boils down to is that I'm just a little bit too selective. I only select the women who will choose to go out with me. But I just don't know where they are. I'm really desperately trying to not to resort to using the online dating thing again. I did that a long time ago. didn't work. I seem to recall spending an awful lot of time, macking on women who didn't live anywhere remotely close to Little Rock, only to find out that we had nothing in common and no chemistry. And so I started to think, there's plenty of women here for me to have nothing in common and no chemistry with. The last time I was actually hitting on a girl out on the prowl, so to speak, there was this cute Latina chick that I spent a pretty good time with at a bar downtown. And so I went in for the digits, and she straight up told me she was married to her dog. Okay, I don't have a punchline for that. I don't think I need one. And I was watching the news, and I saw the story about a woman who got busted for having a meth lab in her trailer down in Saline County, of course. And they put her mug shot up on Channel 7, and I'm thinking to myself, she seems nice. And, I have, don't judge, but I have gone on the blogs and listened to some of the podcasts, some of the pickup artist type characters. I don't know if you guys have seen those. And apparently these guys have built this whole cottage industry out of going out to bars and wearing a big cowboy hat and eyeliner and using magic tricks to pick up chicks. And they've got all these little routines where they use these backhanded compliments and figure out strategic times to touch their arm or whatever. But that's not me. But I will say that I have done some work, and I have come up with some good COVID pickup line materials. So listen up, take some notes if you need to. A lot of men have died for this information. So can we play some Barry White? I'm sorry, this is an Irish pub, so maybe if we had river dance or whatever, but just use your imagination. Here we go. Just imagine me with a big pink cowboy hat on. Hey, baby. That mask is really bringing out the sparkle in your eyes. I mean, anybody could bring you Godiva chocolate, long stem roses, but I got Charmin. So what do you say we get out of here? Maybe go by my house, sit by the bearskin rug in a crackling fire, and split a bottle of the finest vintage hand sanitizer. Because you're special. I want to get close to you. I'd say that 5 feet will do nicely. Because after all, our president says that if there's no testing, there's no COVID. Well, I've got some great news. I haven't been tested for chlamydia either. Thank you guys. Have a good night.